Hey there, happy September. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Decided that as we just finished the August 30-day Get Up and Go Challenge, I want to do something for September. September is a very important month for me, and we'll talk about that over the next few days. It means more to me even than my birth month for personal reasons, and especially the last 10 years. But in September, I was thinking about as we were finishing the August Get Up and Go Challenge, what do I want to do next? And I didn't give myself a whole lot of time to think of that. Excuse me. Not COVID. Doesn't everybody say that whenever we cough or sneeze or blow our nose? We're like, it's not COVID. Well, it's not. It's just a tickle in my throat. So September, what do we want to do? I want to hold off until October to do another 30-day challenge for the Get Up and Go. And so we can talk about the 7 key areas and aspects of our life, the SOAP framework, and how we can use that to guarantee that we get better results than in any change that we're experiencing. Not anything as big as COVID, but even things as big as COVID. But any experience that we have where we need to make a change. And we want to guarantee that our results are better after that change than before that change or that event happened in our life. I want to go in depth and deep in that. I want to go back and I want to look at the April 30-day challenge. I want to look at the June, July 40-day challenge. I want to look at the August challenge. I want to look at those 3 and I want to take the best pieces of those and then do those live again in the month of October. But I want to spend some time going back and looking at that because I've done the 330 plus day ones and I've done some shorter ones, and I thought, oh, I could do a short Get Up and Go challenge in September, but I'm like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling like I want to do that. I want to do something different and something deeper in the month of September. September's a really pivotal month for me, and it's kind of a renewing month, and it always has been, and I'll share stories about why that is over the next few days in the month of September. So I wanted to call September, and I wanted to do something different called September Setup for Success. So often we are running through our lives, at least I have been, and instead of pausing, taking a deep breath and saying, all right, what's next? We just keep doing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And I found that in this COVID time of the Get Up and Go Challenge, I'm doing the same thing, which is a pattern I'm repeating. I'm actually working through Lynn Grabhorn's book, a playbook called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting. Excellent book, by the way. Following my sudden cardiac arrest, that was recommended to me by Jim Edwards, who is an online marketing guy who I love, guru, copywriter, funnel scripts creator, wizards creator. He's got all these wizards that help us do amazing things online with respect to copying and writing and communicating in a really clear way. Obviously, I need to do some more of his stuff instead of rambling some days. But the point is that I'm working through that book, and some of that is really deep work that reminds us to look at different patterns and different lessons that we've learned in our life. And I've been in some situations over the last couple of weeks that remind me that, like everybody else, I'm still a work in progress, and there's some things that I thought I've gotten over, that I thought I've dealt with, that just keep popping up in different areas, different aspects, different situations that I want to go ahead and deal with. So I want this month of September to set up and get ready for the next Get Up and Go Challenge, so that I can guarantee that whenever anything and everything that comes up in my life happens, I will be better off for it having happened. Even if at the time it feels a little miserable, it feels a little painful, it feels a little annoying, it trips me over emotionally with some type of an emotion, either good or bad, I want to make sure that I can do that to the best of my ability. So I want to go back and I want to look at some of the previous challenges I've done, because, and I'm literally not going to look at them, I'm going to have to listen to them. It's part of why I've gone all video for personal health and vision reasons. So yesterday I sat down and I just brainstormed a bunch of topics, and I don't know if you can see this and if I can read them, but I figured, okay, there's like, if I wanted to start September 7th, September 7th is the anniversary of my death day. It'll be 10 years on September 7th, so it's kind of a big deal personally, and it's a big milestone that I'm still here, still talking, still hanging out with people and hanging out with my family and friends. And so I thought, well, what do I want to do in September? What do I want to do? And I want to look at and go back over and share. And I did it before we did the August for about, I think, 10 or 14 days. We had a gap in there between the July and in June and July, we did a 40 plus day Get Up and Go challenge. So it was a gap, kind of partial month. And so to pre-work up to the August month-long Get Up and Go Challenge, we did, and it's in Unit 3 in the Get Up and Go Challenge private group. It's free, just go join it. And you can see all these in order. You can see all the challenges that we've done for the Get Up and Go Challenge. All of the recordings are still there. All the lessons are still there. And there's the Unit 3 is like a pre-work, and it's just different topics and lessons learned in my life that have been really, really powerful for me. So I started brainstorming a list of, well, what if I do one a day of the biggest lessons I've learned, the biggest things that I guess I'm 60 now, so I've made a lot of mistakes. I've had to figure a lot of stuff out, and I've learned that there's easy ways to figure stuff out and there's hard ways to figure stuff out. And as I get older and older and older, I like to use the easy ways to learn stuff and improve and grow a lot better than trial and error and making mistakes and trying to figure everything else out myself, or everything out myself. Now, that is still one of my personal challenges and patterns. I try to do everything myself. I try to figure everything out myself. So maybe that'll be one of the challenges that I have to overcome as in the October challenge. Part of the October challenge will be letting go of and figuring out, how do I stop doing everything myself, or doing too much myself, trying to do too much myself and not asking for help. But I brainstormed a bunch of topics of things that I've learned and lessons that I've learned, and just topics that are near and dear to pretty much all humans' hearts, whether we know it or not. And I didn't have any trouble coming up with a brainstorm list that would take the whole month of September. So for the month of September, Get Up and Go Challenge will be the Setup for Success Challenge. It won't really even be a challenge. It'll just be a daily topic, and I will promise right now, right here, right now, since I didn't successfully achieve it in the month of August, to keep each one way under 10 minutes. I will make them as short as I possibly can, to just share the lesson and what it meant to me, and how it might be applicable to you as well. Or how it might just be a question that you can ask yourself. Some of the biggest lessons we learn, and almost all of the biggest lessons we learn, we instantaneously have a moment that is like a light bulb. It just goes off, it flashes in our face and says, oh, I see, I totally see now. I totally get why this happened, what happened, and what I can do next time to make sure that never happens again. So in the month of September, we'll do things like that. It'll be in Unit 5 in the private group. I'll put them under Unit 5. I'll start a new unit, and I'll call it Set Up for Get Up and Go, or Set Up to Get Up, or something. And that will be Unit 5. And in there, I'll put each days. I don't want to number them. I want to keep them just as different. I'll title them so that you can tell by reading the title what it's about. But I don't want to number them, because I don't like to number everything. I want to make them something that you could go in and look at if you're having a challenge. You could look at that one and say, oh, well, this sounds like something that might be what I need right now. And that's how I read books. That's how I look at books. Thanks to my friend Abel, who has taught me how to pick and choose the information I need from different resources, especially books, to make sure I'm getting the most out of them without having to literally read each one or put it up on my magnifying machine to blow it up so that I can actually read it. And to me, listening to books is still a challenge. It's still a challenge to find the time that I want to spend and listen to every word of every book that I want to consume these days. So it's really nice to be able to pick and choose and hop around and just listen to the parts that I want all of the words for, all of the detail, to really learn and understand that. So September, starting tomorrow, I don't even know which one I'm going to do. Maybe coping mechanisms. That's the first one on my list, because I've had several people ask me this week about, how do you cope with certain situations? How do you cope with certain feelings? How do you cope? And what are some mechanisms and some tools and some skills that you can use as coping mechanisms? And again, let's do that tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about coping mechanisms. How do we cope with all the stuff that's happening around us? I'll share how I do it. I'll share how I used to do it and how some things didn't work at all. And I will share the things that I have found that are just absolutely, positively super helpful. And you can try them out and you can pick what works for you. So we'll do that for the rest of the month, for the whole month of September. And then October 1st, we will start a 30-day Get Up and Go Challenge and it'll be a mix of all of the previous Get Up and Go challenges, because I know there's bits and pieces that I want to make sure that we really cover, to guarantee that you will be better off after any challenge, any change, any situation that you face than when you went into that challenge, when you faced that experience or had that experience. All right, that's it. Oh, I'd also like to do a Q&A on anything or everything with respect to change and challenges especially, but change that happened in our life, or about the previous challenge, anything that we want to do. So share in the comments below or direct message me when would be a great time to do that. I'd say this weekend, but my son-in-law is coming home and I get to see my grandbaby in an ultrasound. So no, not this weekend, and it's a holiday weekend. Forget about it. So in the month of September, sometime I'd love to do a live Q&A, questions and answer session, and maybe I'll have some guests come in and talk about and answer questions as well. If you'd be interested in doing that, hit me up, because guess what? All of us are experts at challenges and changes, and we all have stories that we can tell that will help other people to face the challenges and the changes and the experiences that they have in their life. That's it. Have an absolutely awesome, amazing day. Get up and go. Let me know if I can help you. Start and go ahead and feel free to contact me if you have specific questions. I don't want anybody to be stuck for the whole month of September before we start the next Get Up and Go challenge. So don't ever sit and don't be like me. Ask. Just ask. Sometimes all we need to do is ask, and the answer comes to us, and we don't even need somebody else to give it to us. All right, have a great day. Get up and go, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.